to you, boy.
For somebody, Raw, man. I appreciate it.
What's up, bro?
No problem. Go ahead.
It's good. I had a chance, but I tell you, I've been you've been on my back for at least 5 hours. I just watched the whole show with Chico.
Love it.
And before that, I watched the show too with somebody else. No, watched the show too before that too. Yours.
Man, that means a lot.
Yeah. And hey, everything is good. I like everything you said today. You brought it to a good conclusion. That came from a person that is a Colorado Buffalo fan and have been for the past while and a half. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Everything is good though. What's up, Chico? I'm sorry.
Nah, ain't no Chico over here, bro.
I'm sorry. What's up, Rawhide?
What's up?
Rawhide, I'm eating my food right now.
Yeah.
Rawhide, I'm eating my food right now. It sounds like I got something in my mouth. I'm eating food right now. But
you good?
I just took time out to get you on the show because I seen you how you had came on. Like I said, I just left Chico and Dave in the show, Rawhide. I need to explain no more.
You good. You already know. What you think about it though, old school? Come on, give me your thoughts.
Think about what?
Anything. Next year, this year. You know what I'm saying? How they ran
with this to a certain extent, this year ain't over with. I think we can get a win and make it look like how we started. I really think we can do that, man. Like like everybody else be seeing already that, even Utah ain't all that. It ain't like we can't we pulled out 4. It's like I'm gonna check. Like I said, Ryan, and Dave said it too. Boy, he said it dramatically. Our talent got us to a certain extent to where we is. It wasn't our goddamn coaching ability, bro. Our talent got us some 4 wins, and our talent can get us another win if they just realize that's what all they got to do is realize their talent, because it ain't no big plays and all this. That. We already see it. Rawhide, we see what it is. We see it's our talent, and our talent your talent ain't no good if your coaches ain't utilizing that. And the coaches realize that. The coaches, that's like Dave said. The coaches realize that because they the ones have to put you in the position to be successful. And if you're not being successful, they're not doing their job. Dave said that brilliantly. So it can't be. It ain't like the blame is going to go. That's on the players. And the coaches have to be in the position, give the guys in the position to be successful. It's just that simple, Rawhide. Am I right or wrong, Rawhide?
Man, you 1,000% right. Coach's job is put the players in position to be successful. You're 100% right. Do you think they done that?
I think they getting late doing it. I think they put I'm just saying put it like this. They prioritizing it now. And like I said last week, why would you want to sit up there and prioritize the running game? I mean, goddamn, you making everybody know we gonna run the ball now. I mean, goddamn, this is the 11th game.
Yeah.
I mean, we go run the ball now. Yeah, of course. Everybody, their mama told you should. Come on, I mean, right. It really ain't hard to figure out, bitch.
It ain't hard to figure out, bro.
Hey, Rawhide, and I told you this before too. Remember this, man? When I told you on RawhideMedia show, Shadur ass ain't hurting because he got knocked down all the time. His ass hurt because he was sliding. He hurt his ass sliding, and that's it. That's all. It ain't get hurt from him knocking, and then he ain't all hurt like that. His wrist was hurt the other game. That's what kept him out of the game. His father kept him up out of that game. He could have finished that game. He gonna finish the next one.
Right.
You see what I mean about that psychology and all that old, the ideology there?
Oh yeah. I agree with you.
Coach Prime want to be old school, so he stick to the old school way. Somebody had asked on another show the other day, like, well, if they said Kamani was supposed, why did Kamani get number 1? And they said, well, Prime give it to they said Prime said he get to the best players. Okay, now you look at it, come on, look how all that worked out, and did all that big deal about those numbers, and see how all that worked out, animosity. All that old little stuff, look, somebody getting too much camera, all that little stuff, that kind of stuff weighs in.
Bet. Hey, old school, you mind if I'm just gonna have 5 people on? I'm simulcasting with Dave, so I only got 3. You mind if somebody take your slot real quick? No. I'm ready. I gotta eat. I'm telling you, I was in the process of eating. I just took time out to talk to you about that because I appreciate it.
No. All right, we good. All right, I am gonna watch the show though.
All right, bet. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, old school. Oh, David, go ahead on, bro. I know you just pulled up. You know what I'm saying? So
Rawhide, man. I love listening to your perspective about, or your theory about the style, wanting to play the style, man. That makes sense. I don't have a huge issue with showcasing certain players. I think the team needs to understand that there are certain guys that they're trying to promote on this team. I think some people need to understand that. Now, do I think that there has been some questionable decisions with certain personnel that is clearly not part of being promoted? Yes. So I'm with you on that. But, you know, at the end of the day, Rawhide, if we're winning, none of these players feel the need to come out and express themselves on social media. Like, that's really what it is. You got to deal with this. I'm bummed to see, even though Willie Gaines didn't call anybody out by name, even though Cavassier Smoke didn't call anybody out by name, and you're right, there is some truth to what they're saying and truth to their experience, but it's a bad look for the program. And as a staff, I know it's hard. It's a lot easier said than done. You got to corral this stuff. But again, this happens when a ton of guys come in here and they're all wanting to eat. I think they were sold on the offense being a lot better than it's been. So there would be a lot more people being able to get film on tape. And that just didn't happen.
Yeah. I don't do that, bro. I mean, I feel you on that, Dave. I mean, I 100% feel you on that. I'll, you know, send out, you know, you all, you know, again, I think I kind of went through it for a minute. You know, when you break it down as far as just individualism, as far as, you know, how each individual has been played, I get it. Does it look good for people to be putting it out there? No, it don't. But see, this is the problem, though, when you go this route of building a program, that this social media showing everything. It gives people a sense of, because I asked this question last night, is all this media attention, having cameras at practices and all that, how he running it, and I'm not saying it's bad, guys, golly, because I know how y'all only
I don't have an issue with it.
No, yeah. Does it promote or does it distract from discipline? Meaning that, you know, we all wide open anyway. You know what I'm saying? This is how we running our thing. So if I got a problem, I'm coming out there and get on this same tool that we use every day to express my frustrations.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, if it was Nick Saban's program, right, he don't really get down like that, which, trust me, I'm sure he's had players do the same thing. But since folks hadn't fed into this social media deal to how Coach Prime is using, you got more eyeballs, thus you hear people talk about it. You see what I'm saying? So I guess that's what I'm saying more than anything. You know what I mean? So I'll let Bishop respond to that. What you got, Bishop?
Hey, I was just wanting to piggyback off of that. Is it possible he's a forerunner and this is so brand new that he's catching so much fire that we have no choice? There's no guidelines set forth. So you guys are trailblazers. So it's a blueprint. But with a blueprint, it's out there as a forerunner. You have no guidelines. So you have to be able to go through the fire.
I'll let you. What do you think about that, Dave?
Yeah, I think, again, this is an unconventional way, you know, to rebuild a football team, literally, that had, like, guys, man, this culture was non-existent. Like, we cannot overstate the fact that this was a losing culture from the top of the program, you know, and people don't understand, like, organizational change. It's not going to be pretty and easy all the time, completely revamping a program. And again, when you have to fill out literally every position in staff position in one cycle, there's going to be guys that are brought in that just end up not fitting the vision or just not end up fitting their role. But overall like, there's going to be turnover. But oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead. No, it ain't you. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. But, like, overall, like, there's going to be some turnover and stuff like that. But I think we got enough in the foundation to really make some noise next year we're just going to have to see how we build on it. But I think players, I think this year, again, we didn't know what to expect. None of these players knew what to expect. You know, at the end of the day, and at least now with a year in, the guys that they bring in, they at least know kind of how this thing is being ran, who the primary guys are going to be, and how they want to play ball, and what their philosophy is going to be. So I think you're right there, Bishop. There is no template for this, and so it's not always gonna look pretty, especially because nobody wanted this job. Let's be honest. A year ago, man, nobody wanted this job.
Spit. Come on now.
Yeah. Right. Hey, what about what's that? RDPJ.
That's Bird. That's Bird.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
it sure is, bro. It is Bird.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw the buy. I'm like, is it buy something? Okay, I got you, bro. Go ahead, Bird. My bad.
Hey, no. What I was just gonna say is this just his first year learning curve? I know he had to learn a lot though. That's all. You know, just going from Power 5 to, you know, the SWAC, it's a learning curve. And I know he's seeing that. It's just he got to be in control a little bit more, like we saying, with substituting personnel. You got to kind of, you know, put your foot in there a little bit more, because it can just get out of hand sometimes. And that's what I felt like when they won that TCU game. I felt like they was like, it's not that hard. But then when you see over a season, teams, once they got film on you, it's real. They study you.
Yes.
They devour your team as looking at every play, every motion, everything y'all do. They keyed in on that. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're gonna key in on.
Mm-hmm.
And you as a, you know, a coach and as staff, and y'all got to make sure y'all switching it up or changing up the formation, but it's the same play. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just, like, you know, once teams get that film on you, it's gonna be a little tougher. You know, that's just why the greats is the greats, because they still beat you even though you know what they gonna do. And once they learn how to do that, that's when they'll be a lot better at winning.
I got you. Hey, J Mac, go ahead, bro. I know you've been trying, you know what I'm saying, been in and out. Go ahead. J Mac. Go ahead, bro. J Mac. J Mac. All right, J Mac. I'm gonna swap you out. I'm gonna swap you out with Lockie. Hey, Lockie, what's up, man?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
What's up, man? What do you think about it?
Oh man, what we talking about? I just joined, man. What's the subject?
No, bro, you talk about, bro. No, bro, talk whatever you want to talk about, bro. Whatever you want to talk about.
I want to talk about. Okay, we know we got people coming in, but who do you guys think that's gonna catch us off guard, that may be jumping in the portal that we won't expect, that we really don't want to lose, but you know, because we know it's gonna happen. We know it's gonna happen because this is how it goes in college football. People come in and out. So we know we're going to lose maybe a couple players that we really don't want to lose. You know what I'm saying? That we weren't expecting at all. It's going to hit the portal.
I can answer that off top. I do not want them to lose Omarion Miller, and I do not want them to move, what's his name, Adam Hopkins. Is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro, I do not, because those are foundational pieces, and that would be a big hit.
And Miller too, Omarion Miller.
Yeah. I meant to say that if I didn't. Yeah, Omarion Miller. So, what do y'all think about it?
I definitely don't want them to. They gotta have those pieces that they get. That was some great. I think Adam Hopkins, bro. I mean, I don't know. It's just how this season went. But people complain about playing time. I don't know. It's just, man, it's just a bad situation, and it's all publicized. I know I was in the show last night and I was watching, you know, what y'all guys were saying. I wish they kept the mystique and not.
Yeah.
They got all the cameras and stuff is cool because we want to see it, but I think they're just overdoing it. Like, because they got to have some mystique around the program. They got to, you know what I'm saying? The recruits cannot be able to see all the stuff that they seeing, because then it ain't going to be nothing left for the recruits to wonder about. Like,
What do
And I
y'all?
believe,
Bishop. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
yeah,
was gonna ask Bishop. What you think about it?
yeah, because I'm glad he mentioned that, because the thing is, see, that was beautiful for with the HBCU, because he needed to drum that up because they needed all the help they could down there. But it's a learning curve. Now that he's up here, he he's understanding that in the Power Five they make adjustments on the fly and within a 2 to 3 play mode. And so what he's learning is that what he was able to get away with down there, him and the coaching staff have to be more diligent to stay on point and make sure they are handling it together, and understand we got to give them girth to go through the fire, because we all know that this is a fire test and nobody wanted him to win in the first place. So therefore, when he came in like a wrecking ball. He tore it down to the studs. When you tore it down to the studs and you get everything out the portal, not every piece is gonna fill in the right way,
Yep.
and you're not gonna have enough time. So that's why I feel.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I will say this, that we got to understand that portal guys, generally speaking, portal guys. Now, granted, Portal came well after my days. You know what I'm saying? When I was a young man. So, but I will say that a portal guy, and from what I've noticed throughout the country, not just Colorado, is a guy that expects to hit the field. Right? They either, what I'm saying, most of the time, with the mass majority, either left because they didn't get in playing time, they got into some disagreements with the coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? Or what I'm saying, circumstances had them go back home. So those three things, if you jump in the portal, and let's be honest about it, if you're recruiting them, you ain't telling them. If you the most 100 coach of most 100 coaches, best thing they probably saying to them is this: hey, listen, look, I can't promise you no playing time, but if you come in, work hard, do the thing, keep your head, do the things that you're supposed to do, you know what I'm saying, you could be successful here. The porter guy, what he hear is, if I come in, work my butt off, you know what I'm saying, do the things that you expect me to do, I got a chance of hitting the field. They ain't transferring for nothing, because understand, once you transfer, you know what I'm saying, you blew that, you blew that your Uno skip card. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no reverse coming in. You see what I'm saying? So you there until you graduate. So let's be honest about it. Those guys thought they was gonna hit the field. You couple that with the fact you brought in, and I don't know if they thought about this. I don't know their mindset. But you also have to understand this. If you bring 70 new players, which I don't know how many portal players of those players, you got to think too. There's a big chance that I may not play. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if they even looked at that, because most teams don't bring in 60 people. You know what I'm saying? They may bring in 10. I'm talking about the established teams. What, 10 maybe, 12? So
I think their philosophy, Rawhide, was just bring in as many guys as possible, and if there are disgruntled players with playing time, they'll just deal with it. I think that they were expecting some of this, like from a coaching staff perspective.
I totally agree. Bird, what's up, bro? You've been quiet, Bird.
No, I was just I was letting them talk, but I was thinking about something. Like, you remember in the spring, you remember Colorado lost like the one player, I think one of the players, he almost leading the lead in sacks. And then they lost the other boy, I think his name was something like Chris Long or Chase Long. He left the tall dude. They lost a couple players in the spring too that could have helped them out a lot. And I don't know if they left because they thought maybe they wasn't gonna play, and they, like, I don't know, but that was like, them was some, like, at least I think 2 or 3 players that left during the spring was helping other teams. Even the wide receiver, one of the wide receivers, the what's his name, Craig or something, that was playing for Colorado. He was on Arizona, and he caught a couple catches against Travis Hunter and everything. And I'm just like, man, he was supposed to be on the team helping y'all. And I just don't know what some of the players like must have thought, that they wasn't gonna play, or and they needed them players. Like them was players they needed, and they
Like I said,
I
I think
don't know.
it is internal politics that probably happened that we don't know about yet. It gotta be.
I thought with Upshaw they wanted to put him inside, and then with Lemonius, I'm fine with him leaving, but like Chance Main, having him on the line, that would have been great. I know Rawhide and I disagree a little bit. Well, he told me on the phone the other day how missing Jalen Sammy wasn't a big deal at all. He said he looked at his plays and thought, man, at Michigan State, he wasn't worth nothing.
Right. Yeah.
But, you know, Upshaw, if it truly was he moved out because of they wanted to move him inside, that is just clear misjudgment by our staff. And that is unfortunate. But LMC, man, I don't know if he changes anything. I think he would have at best been the number 4 wide receiver here. I don't know, though.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, probably
a rotational. Yeah, probably been a rotational. Because I think that's where y'all was like lacking at the most. It was the rotation. Like it wasn't. I see what people were saying about Jimmy. Like it's not that they saying Jimmy was like he one of the best wide receivers, but I see what they saying for sometimes when you went, because I played wide receiver in high school. I didn't play in college and things of that nature, but I played all my years in high school. And I know sometimes you do need a player or two. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think Colorado had the guys that they felt like could go out and play for Jimmy or Xavier Weaver. They just didn't feel like they didn't have them guys. That's all I felt like. That's what they must have felt like. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't play, that's most of the time what the coaches feel like. Because I know I'd be one of the players. I'm not saying I would lash out, but if I'm not playing, I would start to feel like, is this something I'm doing wrong? But also I would start to like, if the other guy in front of me dropping catches and he not running to the line fast, he not like showing effort on blocking downs, you look at that when you not starting. You know what I'm saying? You look at the person that's in front of you, you like, dang, he doing this. He ran the wrong route 3-4 times. So I understand like where a player start feeling like maybe they made a bad decision by, like you saying, transferring, knowing that they can't transfer, you know, you can't go back, or you can't, like, you know, you stuck almost in a sense. So you like, but that's not, I ain't gonna, like, you know, with this new social media day and age, I feel like that's just not the way. If you really got a problem, you should just go talk to the coach, man. Just please go talk to the coach first. You know what I'm saying? And then if the coach turn you down, or then he, you know, the situation don't go right, maybe okay, but at least try to go talk to somebody in the staff, the coach, the assistant coach, whoever you can, you know what I'm saying, talk to, and tell them, vent to them. And then if that you feel like you didn't get a good answer or it wasn't right, then maybe okay. But go to the coach first. Any coaches first, man.
He came from JSU, so he already kind of knew Coach Prime. So why did he feel uncomfortable that he couldn't go say that to his face?
Right.
I don't understand. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Like, why do players get on social media and feel like they can just do all this? Why don't they, like, bro, like, what are you scared? Like, are they scared to say it to Coach Prime or something, or what's going on really? Like,
but bro, ain't they? Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is around the block, around the way where you stay around the hood. You do as what the hood do. So I mean, I get it. He got on social media. Why? Because Colorado put everything on social media. You gonna put my fly?
So a camera might would have been in there when I walked in.
You ain't lying. Hey, what Coach Prime? Hey, the camera's good, show you positive, but the camera's showing the negative. So hey, guess what though? This just hit on the flip side of the player. If Coach Prime had done the same thing right on the camera, we ain't talking about this. My man just used the same method of communication as what the school did. So it's hard for me to knock him on that. Now, if you Nick Saban, you Kirby Smart, if you know what I'm saying, Dan Lanning, or whoever the other coach you want to sit there and talk about, this ain't their way of communicating through these YouTubes. And then you come out there, you know what I'm saying, you wilding out. I got a different lookout. Now I ain't trying to condone. I am not condoning necessarily what he's doing, but I get it. I get it. Bro, you out there putting everything on YouTube. Hey, bro, I'm in my drawers, bro. I'm in my drawers, man.
Because
and you putting it on YouTube, but now I can't say how I feel. If you willing to put my drawers, you know what I'm saying? You willing to put my black tail out there on YouTube, I still be able to say how I feel.
That's right, bro.
Even you see the Oregon coach pulled the Coach Prime. He did the Coach Prime on him. He showed the locker room, he did the little hype up speech, but he don't even really do that YouTube. They don't really even do that, but they use their own little metrics on them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they gonna do. They gonna use your own stunts. This is a copycat league. And they gonna use your own little stunts on you. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
you like to be entertained. That's
how
they man.
We gotta be straight up about this, man. We gotta be 100, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I ain't saying this because I'm
use it against you.
Right. I ain't against it. I'm just saying though, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna put me out there on blast, you know what I'm saying? I'm all naked and everything. All I got is a towel around me, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And then you're gonna put that out there. Let me express how I feel. You going on camera talking about, you know what I'm saying, you want to replace folks. Let me tell you how I feel. This is the form of communication you set up. That's why I asked earlier, guys. By going down this road, you know what I'm saying, when you use this mechanism, right? Is it a double-edged sword? The good, I get the good, but then all of a sudden you can get this flip mode. You know what I'm saying? And people get loose on you like my man did. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can't say I can relate to this generation, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't say that I relate to the generation, then you take away what the generation used. Because you know what I'm saying? It's hard. You can't have it both ways. So anyway, I don't know. Dave, go ahead. I feel like you want to say something about it. Go ahead.
Oh man, I think somebody said earlier, it might have been Bishop, about how this is just a big learning curve and experience for Coach Prime, the staff. Totally agree. I think because Rawhide, you're bringing up a point. If you're going to show me this way or talk about me this way, why can't I, type of thing. Now, I would say it's because the rules are different. That's what I'm saying. You're a player, man. The rules are different. But I do think like there have been a few things, again, where Coach Prime did not do. I think he would have liked to have his words back. Like, this isn't the pros. You cannot call out positions or players by name after press. Like, that is one thing where it differentiates big time from the NFL to college football. You cannot be doing it, because then it gives guys this ammo to want to punch back on social media, and it divides the locker room. And I'm hoping that moving forward, he can avoid making those comments, keep those things in-house if he has serious critique for a certain player or position group, because it's just not. Could he talk like that maybe at a smaller program where the media spotlight isn't on him all the time? Sure. But he can't do that anymore now at Colorado. He can't.
Yeah. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, he did it. I was surprised he did that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. He ain't really do that at Jackson State too much. I don't remember like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When he did it, I was surprised.
Just down in whole units. And, you know, you can't do that because it's confidence. No matter how physically good someone is, they can run a 4.3, jump out the gym, catch everything. But when you break a person's confidence, it's like that does play a big part into it too. You know what I'm saying? If they feel like you're not confident in them, they lose confidence in themselves.
They never recovered. They never recovered mentally after those statements were made.
That was a big mistake.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I don't mean to hit this Uno reverse card, but let me just say this, man. I am biased towards Louisiana players. And Marion Miller being from Louisiana. Guys, I would not be surprised if other coaches in his ear and they offer him stacks.
Mm-hmm.
My man looked like a killer this year. Granted, he may have made some mistakes. I can tell you right now, I guarantee you they telling Marion Miller, hey, listen, man, you went for 200. Everybody and their mama know you a starter from now on at any other university, man.
Mm-hmm.
Man, bro, listen, come on over here, man. I'll make you a feature dude. Do your thing, right? You gotta do your thing. You come over here, I'll feature, man, and we're gonna put this bag in your pocket. Come on,
bro. Football, they doing that, but you know they doing that, man. They already done did it already,
bro. That talent right there is what bothers me. Okay, he is the guy that makes me listen to Willie Gaines. He is the guy that makes me listen to Cavassier Smoke. It ain't about Willie. When I listen to Willie, it's about a guy like, you know what I'm saying, Morion Miller. And people say, well, he ran the wrong route, bro. He a freshman.
Yeah.
But the dude catch everything like he got honey on his hands.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
Uh-huh.
Come on, man. Come on, man. And I've been preaching about these Louisiana animals. If you could, especially if you take a Louisiana animal out of Louisiana, bro, you better do what you can to maintain. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Holman told me to stop it. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
And then the whole thing is the biggest devil to a lot of these teams is the transfer portal. Because if players know that they eligible to hit the portal, they don't like the way you talking to them. They don't like the way you coaching. They don't like the way the scheme is. They just transfer. You know, and that's the unless they already use their transfer. But for the players who haven't, that be the scary part with a lot of these players is that, like, Kermani McClain and certain of these top players, they could just transfer because they, you know what I'm saying, they got a chance to transfer because they came here and then boom, they could just leave.
I'm kind of scared he going.
Yeah, so that's why you can't treat, that's why it is a little politics in the, because you can't, certain players, they can get up out of there. So you can't just dog them out. You know what I'm saying? Because they can just transfer and be like, all right, I'll just go play for somebody else.
Yep, I don't disagree, man. This year, man, I understand, right? You know what I'm saying? If what he was doing is how I describe, I get it, man. But I think a lot of games, I ain't gonna be like everybody else. I hear a lot of people, oh man, they could have won. 8 more games have done all this. I don't believe in that, bro. But I can tell you right now, with a few other decisions that was just strictly normal coaching decisions. I ain't talking about needing to know what's behind the scenes. I don't give a crap about what they did behind the scenes. I'm talking about play on the field. A few more different decisions, they'll be going to a bowl right today. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it.
They botched 2 games. Coaching staff botched 2 games for sure.
Yeah.
Almost 3 with the USC, but that was kind of iffy, to say. Because they could have almost won that game, but that's another story.
They could have won the UCLA game. I mean, they had 75 teams.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I think people mad. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be real. I think that's why people mad, because people seen the potential of at least bare minimum they should have about 6 to 7 wins easily right now. I think that's why people are really kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Bruce as well, bro. They probably looking at it like, man, they got talent, and they looking at the coaching like, okay, they let them 2 games go. I don't know. They let these games go. I don't know. Like, bro, we gotta be careful. Like, we gotta,
For sure. People looked at the talent. They looked diverted. Some of them players on other teams, they was decent players. All of them transfer players that they got wasn't bad players. Some of them was decent. But with that, different players like different schemes too. So sometimes I feel like you can't always coach your scheme and never listen to what the players like. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of, you gonna run your head with that. Is like, this scheme, they might not be good, or this stance, or this side, or this. Everybody, that's just how football is. It's the same with basketball. The center only like to set screens on his left side, but he do them on the right, but he mainly go to his left when he about to set the screen. Like, it's all type of little tendencies that, that certain players like, they feel like they better in this certain position. Yeah, but they gonna always be like, I can play any position. Like, they always be like, I'm ready for it. Oh, if you change me to left tackle to right tackle. But he know deep down inside he really a left tackle. But he at this level, so he gonna be like, yeah, I can play right tackle. But he know I'm really not that best at right tackle.
Bet. Hey guys, I need a sacrificial lamb. I got Brandon Holman standing in backstage. Me and Dave, Osama Castling. So anybody willing to? I'm asking for a volunteer.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, appreciate it, bro. I don't know who said that, but okay, appreciate it.
Who was Bishop?
Everybody,
Yeah, Big Bishop. Big salute. I got you.
Okay, then. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Hey, Rawhide. Hey,
What's up?
Rawhide.
What's
I
up?
was sacked this week.
What's up? What'd you say? I can
Who
hear you.
gonna
I
Go.
get
just
cut
came.
off the roster?
I just came in because Dave looked a little stunned, man. Like y'all can't be like he really never heard this negativity about Colorado.
No, we ain't negative. We want them to win. No, we want
Yeah,
Colorado to win.
We all in Colorado. Like
For sure.
we want to win, man. We just discussing it, man. It's just a discussion, man. That's all it is.
Hey, Rawhide. Nah, for real though, man. Like I don't understand why people don't understand. Like even though it's a lot of like only reason why people got their opinions because it's broadcasted. Like they got it on.
Hey, Brandon, hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. Brandon. Hey, Lockie, you mind giving your slide up? Let me let Coach Elliott on.
Okay.
You can come back, but let me let Coach Elliott on, if you don't mind. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead.
Okay, appreciate it. All right, go ahead, Brandon.
Nah, I was just saying, like, come on, man. Like, I feel like we all know, like, the reason people got, this much feedback towards, what Coach Prime doing is because they wasn't following him when he was at Jackson State. He had the same problems there, right? Even though this the Power 5, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I understand it's more so people gonna hold him to a higher standard. But man, listen, bro. If you was following Prime, like at the end of the day, it's gonna be ups and downs, bro. Like we gonna have them type of problems, but I just hate the people that say, "Oh, it's favoritism." The only people he care about is Shador, Shiloh, Weaver, Jimmy Horn, and Dylan. Like that's and that's the word out there, bro. Like that's what people are saying through this social media, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just kills me because they won't give like. Did anybody do this or any? Well, I can't say that because I'm looking at it because Prime and them got they got their program viewed on a different level. You know what I'm saying? I think if it was other college football teams that had their team on on YouTube all the time, and you was able to see what was going on, you would be. I mean, I think their fan base would have the same. They would be doing the same thing, but Prime different though. Is because Prime is Prime. He even though he's doing this right now, he's not. Even though like I heard people say like, yo, since they doing this bad, their content or whatever gonna fade off. Bro, Prime been doing this since the since he been in college football. Like it's not gonna fade off. Like Colorado gonna be the topic until you know what I mean, and until he leaves there and go to another team. If he do, I'm hoping he don't. But you know what I'm saying, like, bro, man, I just hate when people come on here, the trolls, and come on here and just be talking crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? Won't they give Prime another year, like another 2 or 3, like they give all the other coaches?
Well, Brandon, let me ask you a question, man. I don't think I hear a lot. I hear that a lot. Well, I kind of hear that a lot about the trolls and all that, bro. I mean, listen, man. You can tell. To me, a troll is when you just out here, just you know what I mean. What you saying is holds no substance, bro. A troll ain't somebody that says that he makes some bad play calls, bro. That's not a troll. You know what I'm saying, bro? It ain't a troll to say that you know what I'm saying. A particular player should have got more time. That ain't a troll, bro. But in addition to that, what you're saying, I feel you, bro. You wanna see him do well. Same thing happened at Jackson State. I ain't knocking none of that. None of that. I ain't knocking none of that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you heard me when I first started the show off talking about how building a program, building a program. There's multiple methods, but I particularly talked about two.
Right.
What I'm saying is this though. Any and everybody that understands football, bro, you're gonna have some ups, you're gonna have some downs, you're gonna have some trials and tribulations. We get that. You see what I'm saying? But trials and tribulations ain't got nothing to do with bad play calling. Trials and tribulations ain't got nothing to do with the fact your offensive line can't block and you don't put nobody else out there to help. You know what I'm saying? Trolling ain't got nothing to do with the fact you don't understand how overtime should work. Bro, trolling ain't got nothing to do with the fact that you dropping back and throwing the ball, you know what I'm saying, 80% of the time.
All right, okay.
Bro, that ain't trolling, bro.
I don't mean to cut you off, but all right. So was you following them when was you following Prime when he was at Jackson State?
Yes, I saw Prime when he was at Jackson State. And actually, hold on, wait. Let me finish. And because of what I saw at Jackson State, I was even more confident in how he was going to coach this team. Now, continue. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, that's what I was coming up. That's what I was trying to bring up. Like, since you did watch him there, how do you this is what I'm trying to figure out, like, because I what I said yesterday when I was on I was on your channel. I said, I seen a video where they had lost to a certain team, and I guess they like went away from running the ball, and I was like, yo, I'm like, and then in the video you see him like he was going like crazy. He's like, yo, man, we got to commit to the ball. We got to commit to running the ball. All this and that. So it's just like,
Was it Stanford? Was it Stanford game?
Not Stanford. It was
It had to be
it was
Stanford.
FAMU.
Yeah,
it was one of those games where he was at Jackson State.
Oh, you talking about
Jackson State. Okay.
Look, it actually is going through YouTube right now. Like, if you look it up, you'll see it where he was saying like it was a game that they played. I guess it was like a D1 team. I mean, not a D1, but I don't know. It was a team that they was playing, and he was talking about like this game was for money type joint, like they was playing them because of the money. And when they played them, they didn't score a lot of points, and the other team didn't blow them out, but they lost. And Prime was mad about that. And he was saying like, yo, we got it. He brought his whole coaching staff in the room, and he was like, yo, we gotta win. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, yo, y'all gotta work. We gotta run the ball, because I guess they just like went away from running the ball. So it's just crazy how that situation is happening now. You know what I'm saying? And it's not being addressed. I just wanted to hear like what y'all knowing that, and what y'all got to say about that, like.
Okay. All right, Brandon. Let me just say, all right, Brandon. You put a whole lot out there to be talked about. I'm gonna give Dave an opportunity to respond, and then I'm gonna let Coach Elliott come on. So go ahead, Dave. I'll let you go.
Well, I want to hear what Coach Elliott has to say.
Go ahead, Coach Elliott. Go ahead, Coach Elliott.
How you doing, gentlemen?
What's up?
How you doing, Coach Elliott?
Hey, look, check this out, man. I'm speaking from this thing from being a coach, and I just retired last year from coaching for 45 plus years. And when I look at the coaching situation with Coach Prime, one of the things we talk about as coaches around here all the time is the one thing coaches can see on a coach, they can see the lack of experience. It's not that they can't coach. It's not that they don't know football. But when I came from recreation football to middle school football to owning a semi-pro football team for 12 years and building a football program, when I look at Colorado, I can see where in the coaching, I can see a lot of inexperience. It's not that you don't know, but when I listen to Dave sometime and everybody that love Colorado, man, I lived in Colorado. I was in Colorado Springs for a minute, Dave. You know, and so what I'm trying to say to y'all is this: I look at everything from the sideline. I've had coaches. Y'all talk about the head coach saying something, right?
Mhm.
I've had a coach to holler at me on the sideline. Hey, Coach Elliott, you got to coach that shit up, man. Our head coach did not just sit by and let us do what we wanted to do. Even as a head coach myself, when things was not going the way it should, I stopped that mess from the giddy up, man. And I said, no, run the ball. No, we're not going in the shotgun and we're on the 5-yard line with our back against the wall and we've been bowling for dollars all night with the center. That head coach has got to make decisions, man. He has to. He cannot. Like you said the other night, Rawhide, I've heard you say, Dave, people are getting mixed up the gold jacket and all that. Coach Prime is all that.
Right.
That doesn't make him an experienced enough coach.
Yeah.
He's going to make mistakes. Colorado is going to be fine. I tell you all the time, Rawhide, I said, y'all been seeing me throw it up on the screen. 3 years, man. Give the team 3 years. Let the growing pains do what it's going to do. But one thing I'm going to say, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. As a coach, bro, you better not lie to your kid. The minute you lie to that kid, it's over, fellas. It's over. Y'all kept talking about guys that should have been on the field all year. Yeah, they should have. But I'll tell you this. Coach Prime was part of the meetings, and I've been a position coach. And when I tell my head coach, no, I want him to play tackle tonight. I want this one to play tackle tonight. I'm pulling the guard out from last night and sending the center over to guard because I'm looking to get that line as strong as I possibly can as a long coach. And in practice all week, I'm telling you, David, I'm telling you, Rawhide, I'm telling the rest of y'all brothers, they know what is not right. Somebody's making the decisions on that sideline. And believe me,
So,
Coach can say something.
So, Coach, did you?
So I'm only speaking from coaching. Everything you guys are saying, man, I agree with a lot of it. But I have to look at it from the coach's angle, man. And that team, it's a lot of coaching growth that needs to take place.
Yeah.
And that level of football, bro. Oh, and one more thing I'm gonna tell you. My 3rd year with my semi-pro team, 4 of them coaches were my boys. They were my dogs. I fired them. I fired every last one of them. And I went out and hired me some new coaches. And listen to this, Dave. We went to the semifinal game for the championship that season. You gotta make the decisions, man.
It's not it for special teams, coach.
Fans are watching. People are watching. It's a lot in it. Okay.
Coach, did you
but
hear?
I'm telling you guys, I respect everything everybody has to say. And as you say, Raw, nobody's wrong in their perspective, man. But what I want people to do is this: take what you hear, take what you believe, take it, right? And all you do is apply what you're saying to what they're saying. And if the results are positive, you need to listen to what the other person is saying, bro.
So what about Willie James?
He used to come to me and say, Coach, I can't block it like that. Coach, I can't block it like this. I'll send a signal out on the field for the block on the sign. My line will come to the sideline and say, Coach, we got to change that call on that. They're picking up our calls on that. They know what we're going to do on that call. We're going to change the call to Air Force, y'all. I said what I wanted to say, man, and I love your program. Dave, I love what you're doing. As a fan, be a fan. Be a true fan, man.
Hey,
One thing
Coach,
I
can
just
I ask
ask
you something,
everybody
bro?
to do is this, bro.
Can I ask you
Listen
something?
to real football sense. It works.
Coach, can I ask you
It works,
something?
man. I appreciate y'all brothers, man.
Can I ask you something?
Don't leave, Coach.
Awesome.
Don't leave, Coach.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Hey,
Coach.
wait, hold on, Brandon, and Bird. 1 second. Let me allow David to respond to that. Go ahead,
All
David.
right, go ahead.
Man, just thank you, Coach. And it's great to have a coach on here coming in with that perspective because I'm wondering, man, again, if you've been listening to me and Rawhide talk about this all season, we're just trying to understand, man, why some things are happening or not happening. And yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a handful of coaches go. Again, I think we're very quick to blame the players for some of the performances this year, but again, like, because I saw Colorado's offensive line last year, I was very confident this year that even if we were just an average line or a slightly below average line, like imagine if this line was ranked 80th in the country instead of 130, whatever. Imagine where we would be. The idea that this line is just filled with the worst talent in football is just driving me crazy, and how that's been a narrative that also the coach has helped perpetuate. I hate that. This team is better. Their line is better than what their performance was. And I think it was a collection of things, but this staff didn't do anything to put them in a position to play better. They killed their confidence. Again, Coach Prime saying we need to go get new players in the portal. And then what does he do? It's announced later that week that Bill O'Boyle has been stripped of his coaching duties and that Pat Shurmur is going to be the co-offensive line coach. Again, why don't you just handle that in-house then?
Right.
Like, that's what I do not understand. But anyways, I think there's a lot of coaches, or there's at least a few that I'm willing to, like, I want to see how this goes. I want to see how they actually recruit in this cycle to see if they're able to get anybody. But I think, like, you're totally right. There has been a lot of misguided or bad hires when it came to coaching certain position groups, and it didn't help elevate the talent that they were given. And it starts with the offensive line. I've hated this narrative that these guys were all trash. No. CU has done more with less before in the past. And what Bill O'Boyle did on this line was inexcusable.
There you go, Dave. Hey, y'all heard Dave first. Bird, gotta let you go. Bird next.
Hey,
Brandon,
Rawhide, can I ask Coach something real quick?
Go ahead. We can flip it.
Well,
go ahead, Brandon.
Well, actually,
Yeah, go ahead.
So can y'all tell me what y'all thought about what Willie Gaines said about the team and his playing position, like what he had going on? Did y'all see that?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yeah.
Oh, all right. I ain't know. Yeah. I probably wasn't on.
Yeah. That's cool. Coach Ellie, you gone? But Bird, go ahead. What you got, Bird? Oh, wait. Hey, I guess he's looking for a response. Brandon, to answer your question, this is how I addressed it. I don't really care about how it applies to Willie Gaines himself.
Right.
What I care about the content of what he's saying, and do I see that it could be applied to other people, i.e., Omarion Miller. But I think there's some truth in it. But if you listen to me earlier talking about how, you know what I'm saying, two ways of building a program, the traditional way or the way Coach Prime's doing, I can get why a lot of people will be rubbed wrong. So that's kind of how I attacked it. You know what I mean? I don't want to really rehash all of that, but that's really it.
Yeah, I get it.
I'll let Dave also respond to that. Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, again, I think it's just the case of this was something that we talked about over the summer. When you're bringing in 60, 70 guys, they're all expecting to play. There's going to be some guys. Again, how do you handle that when not everybody is able to do that? I think that the staff expected the offense to be much more successful, and so then there'd be more snaps, more opportunity to rotate guys in, more guys getting film out there. But that's just not how the season shook out. But listen, like, I can understand it from Willie Gaines' point. Like, reading between the lines, like, I want to be out there instead of Caleb Mathis. Like, I understand that. But at the end of the day, he didn't take advantage of his opportunities. And do I think that we win more games if Willie Gaines is on the field compared to Jimmy Horn or Tarveris? I don't really. I don't really, because we were outgained and outcoached in most of these games.
What happened to him?
I just think Willie Gaines was producing at Jackson State. Like I think he's a 4-3 guy, right? Ain't he? Or close to that?
That's what they say. That's what they say. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, you know, he has he has you know what I mean, he played with Shador before, so I'm pretty sure they got chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
They had enough chemistry. I don't know. Like, wouldn't Shador be asking for the guys on the field? Like, don't you think he's? I don't know. This is just like if Caleb Mathis is on the field.
No. Listen though.
Isn't that because he has the chemistry with Shador?
You want to know my honest opinion? I think them dudes had off the field issues, bro. Honestly.
Oh, come on, Brandon. Don't do that. Don't do that, Brandon.
Why?
On, man.
Why
don't
I can't
put that
say
out.
that?
Because we don't know that.
Opinion?
Well, no, bro. What I'm saying is, yeah, you can believe that. I ain't knocking that. What I'm saying is, when you say that, and let's just say some people listening to you, right? Somebody out there in the metaverse listening to us. Guess what they gonna hear? What they hear is, oh, they beating women, oh, they stealing, oh, they fight. You see what I'm saying, bro? That's why I don't
all right.
Yeah.
Nah, you right though, because I'm one of the ones that support Prime in Colorado from, like, you know what I mean? You know, I'm the one that, you know, be on Rob channel, and I'll be the one that sometimes I come up on there and I tell you, like, they be thinking I'm a cult member, as they you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not that. But I just think, like, why, you know, if Prime I feel like if Prime not playing you, it's for a reason. That's all though. But thanks, guys.
Go ahead, Bert.
No, I was just gonna say, like what happened to the tight end play, and what happened to number 6 and number 4, like towards these last over these, you know, just over the last like little losing streak. You've been seeing them players less and less. The tight ends, Mikey. I ain't really seen Mikey in a minute. Even though
Mikey scored a touchdown. Mikey scored a touchdown in the Oregon State game.
That's what I'm saying. But it been it been less play. Like around them first couple games, he won. I think one game he had like a nice amount of catches. Like just going towards the middle of the season, like them first little wins, the tight end, they was using them tight ends. I felt like a little bit better too.
Yeah, that's because Bull was out. That's because
I know Foe was injured at one point.
Yeah, that's because he was out. That's the only reason why I think they did that, is because he was out. I don't even think they would have used the tight end if he wasn't out.
And one more thing, just with the Travis Hunter too, man. I think people forget about he was hurt, so that kind of derailed him a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Travis.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
sure.
Travis.
For sure.
If Travis wasn't out, I don't think they would have used Mikey any of them games.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Guys, I just, you know, this ain't about you know, it's honestly, this is more of a philosophy show and how you want to build your team. In addition to that, watching people and the ins and outs. I love what Coach Elliott had to say. I would like to keep Coach Elliott on. Bird or Brandon, would y'all mind if I let another person on?
Yeah, I'll get off, bro. All right.
Okay, I appreciate it, bro.
I'll catch y'all.
All right.
Raha, do you have a question for Coach Elliott? Because I do.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, I'm just curious. You know, like, you know, how do you manage these expectations and keep, like, I don't know, keep a locker room together? Because I feel like a lot of this only comes out, you know, obviously if you guys are on a losing streak, you know, it's like guys will be disgruntled behind the scenes, but they'll never air something like that, man, when y'all are losing. And I think especially because there's been so many single-digit loss games, probably some of these guys feel like they could have made the difference or whatever in some of these games. But, you know, I I would love to just hear your opinion on, you know, if you faced these situations before, how you faced them and how difficult they are.
Can you hear him, Coach A? I mean, Coach Elliott? What you say to it?
He got no response.
Well, I put it like this, bro. I've had 0-10 teams. I've had teams 2-8. In my last 3 years at my high school, bro. I can hear him. Okay. In my last 3 years at my high school, we couldn't break 3-7. Now go to the locker room. Just go to the locker room now, okay? Answer your question. Bruh, the biggest thing you have to do is allow the guys on that football team, Raw, is to be honest. If you allow your team to be honest, it automatically leaves the questions out. Because Raw, everybody's telling you the truth on how they feel. Hey, coach, why I'm not playing? Or coach, why are we calling this play from your quarterback? Brother, once you want to keep a team together in that situation, let everybody's opinion count that's realistic. So then as a coaching staff, when we go into the meetings, I've been there, man. We talked about it. Everybody think they're supposed to start. That's why they playing. They do. But the reality is, okay, let's use Kamani for a minute. I've seen everybody want Kamani. I've had a Kamani on my team. But here's the thing. I saw what his weaknesses were. Why I'm going to put that kid out there and get embarrassed right now until I get him strong enough that his mistakes are minimum. I mean, that's all. But if you're honest with your team, brothers, I'm telling you, man, in this losing situation right now, Coach Prime got to be honest with them kids, man. And he's got to hear what everybody's saying right now. But then you got to remove your pride as a coach. Because I've had kids to come to me, hey, coach, man, you got to change your approach, man. The way you talking to them guys ain't right, coach. Hey, come on, man. And you know what I did? I changed my approach, and it pulled my offensive line together. Now they want to play for me. It matters, bro. I'm telling y'all. I see a lot. The last thing I'm gonna say, and when you playing for a team and the head coach's kid is the quarterback, woo, woo.
I'll tell you what, bro.
Woo! Let me tell y'all, bro.
My question,
It get real quick, bro. You
my
know,
question,
and we're in a tough situation right now. But our support we're giving our boys, that's what we got to do. The support we're giving our coach, we got to do that. But I tell you what I want all you guys to do, be honest about what's happening and call it out. Because trust me, somebody over there in Colorado is hearing this, bro. Believe me.
That's so crazy, but you're right.
That's all I got, man. But I hope that answered your question. But you got to be honest, David. You got to be honest, man.
I wonder was Coach Prime being honest. Did he tell players? Did he give players the expectations?
Lockett, we can't hear you, man.
Yeah, Lockett, speak up, bro. It's a little bit loud. I couldn't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah, you low, but go ahead.
Yeah, I wonder, did Coach Prime, was he honest? Did he give these players expectations that were not met? Because if you think about another guy, let's bring up the wide receiver room that nobody has mentioned at all yet, who is going through basically the same thing. It's his senior year as well. Jalen Ellis from Baylor did not play at all either, and he hasn't said anything at all. And he's kind of a Willie Gaines type of guy. He had decent plays at Baylor, but he didn't go crazy there. But he's kind of in that same situation, and he's just been positive as can be. He hasn't done anything, and he hasn't lashed out about his playing time. But he's a senior. This was his last year. He hasn't played at all. I wonder did Coach Prime, promise him or Willie Gaines, hey, you're gonna touch this field at some point during the season, and they did not yet.
Okay. Hey, before I answer this question, let me just say this. Hey, Tisha, if you're the same Tisha that came on my show once before, let me just say you was on fire the last time you was on my show. And I got some pushback. People got on my head because they thought I was pushing back on you. I'm just glad you came back. So I wanted to get that off my chest. Say, hey man, I do appreciate you. And if I came off wrong, I apologize. So anyway, to answer your question, bro, I think what he gave him is a normal a recruiting pitch that he gave everybody. Hey, listen, we need you. There's a slot, so there's opportunity here. You come in, you do your job. You will have that opportunity to get on the field. You know what I'm saying? We really want you. Right now, as a person to me that's fiending, that want to get that's trying to get somewhere to showcase my talents. You know what I'm saying? I hear that as, you know what I'm saying, as long as I check all the boxes, I'm gonna get on the field. So I can kind of now. I think this is the most minimal thing that you can do to not mislead somebody, but they get misled. So I think maybe he came off something similar to that. What you guys think?
I don't think he got misled, but I think he had high expectations of himself and they just didn't get met. But I think to David's point, if they played the 100 snaps they were claiming in this off season, if they played that high tempo offense that he was trying to test out with Colorado, I think it would have put his coaching on the map with Sean Lewis. Then they would have rotated. They would have rotated that room, but they couldn't because they were always behind, because they were barely making it in the games. So it just I don't think they were prepared for how bad they were going to be.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they were rolling. If they were rolling like that, they would have more opportunity to rotate. But the situations that they've been in, it is what it is. I can see where you're coming from on that part.
I think Coach Prime actually did. I honestly believe Coach Prime thought he saw the writing on the wall. I hear a lot of people say, Coach Prime built this team outside in. Guys, go back and listen to him. You can listen to the pivot episode. He was talking about defense, about getting some lockdown corners and allow the interior guys to cook. He did not. He was not in reference to the offensive side of the ball. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all put it up. Let me know. Anyway, so I think he saw that. I really do. And even in addition, let me also say this to that. I don't think Coach Prime honestly believes that wholeheartedly anyway. Let's be honest about it. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to get the guys in the trenches that you need to be a conference champion, you know what I'm saying, college football playoff type of team, to be very successful. And he knows that, right? So in his statement, he was like, well, and I took it as this year, you know what I'm saying, building outside in. I think that's what that more so came from than him actually believing that's how you build a program. I think that's what that is what was available. You see what I'm saying? Because he came right back and said, I'm missing the dogs on the inside to be where I needed to be. I think, those of us who understand the game, you know what I mean, you could I feel like you should have been able to recognize that in his statement. You see what I'm saying? So
if I'm correct, I think that was the media saying that he was building from the outside in. If I remember,
He said it as well.
it was a media because he attracts it. But if I remember correctly, he didn't say that.
No, he said it on the pivot. If you watch him, because he said, because he was talking to Ryan Clark. He was talking to Ryan Clark. He said, "Hey, yeah, I get these dudes out here, they're outside here. I get these dudes right here." I mean, he said that, but it was on the defensive side, and you gotta,
but that's why I said I feel like the media made it seem. You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, okay, I
because
see.
Bill O'Boyle was the one who really said they weren't aggressive. I think Bill O'Boyle was the one who couldn't attract the players. He's the one recruiting the players. And it just kind of, when you start seeing the weaknesses of this team, the media was just chewing at them, and you could tell. Those that really analyze, they're like, "Oh, this has to be the worst roster," because they were like, he didn't. He let, even though this is the biggest debate, I do think he let the position coaches recruit who they wanted to. And Bill Bull just did not get it right.
Well,
David, please try this.
Yeah, chime in.
Look, most of that O line was didn't Bill O'Boy get there late? So the O line, all of those guys were not his guys. Only like a few of them, right?
Nah, he got there early with Sean.
Oh, okay, bet. Well,
yeah, he just wasn't that good. I think that's what it is.
Hey, what do y'all think?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
What's going on?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Now, you guys, all of you guys are coaches right now. Young ladies too, you're coaches, right? Okay, you're head coaches. And you have this situation within the first 2 games now. You got this O-line situation, right? What would each one of you do to solve that problem? Now, you guys,
I'll go last. Y'all heard me rant about this too long.
Come on, I want to hear this, guys. I want to hear it.
What do you mean? What would we do to solve? What would we do to solve the O line?
I'll just be I don't know. They didn't do nothing. They watched them get beat.
Hey, everybody's a little low, and we got an echo going on.
Yeah. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it too, Dave. I'm hearing it. Is it mine? Is it mine causing the echo?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think it's Coach Elliott. I honestly, because everybody was muted.
Is it me, Raw?
I think.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna hang up and call back.
Oh, okay. It may be your headset. Here, hold on. I'm gonna mute you and then see if I. Oh, hold on, Elliot. Before you go. Let me mute you. All right. Is it still here?
No, we're good.
Yeah, it's Elliot. Yeah, Coach Elliot, it's you. Yeah.
Is it clear now?
Yeah. Is that better?
No, I know I'm not echoing now.
Yeah, it's still there.
It's still there?
Yeah.
All right, let me hang up and call back.
Okay.
All right, I'll call back.
All right. So anyway, to answer Coach Elliott's question, go ahead, Tisha.
No, I said what I had to say. I mean, they just didn't really they just ran the same play, no matter how many times it fell.
Okay.
And I think, they could have obviously went to different personnel packages. They're saying they don't have the running backs. That's what they're saying, or they don't have the tight ends, or they don't have the people, but apparently they do.
Yeah. Okay. All right, then. Lockett, what you got? What would you say to that?
So what's the question? The question was, how would you?
He was like, if the offense, basic summary, if the offense line that bad, what would you do to help it?
Well, in the middle of the season, you have to work with what you got, but man, they definitely, in my opinion, they should. I don't care. They should have definitely utilized Savion Wilkerson more, and they should have ran more. Like, they cannot sit up there and have Shedeur try to throw the ball that many times a game. He's sitting up there getting whacked, and it was just way too much going on during this whole season. I mean, it just was a mess. The play calling. I mean, it was just. We all want this to be successful, but let's not lie, David and Rawhide. It was kind of stressful to watch at times what was going on. Play calling.
Oh man, my blood pressure, man. I'm right there with you.
I mean, when we're sitting here watching the games, knowing that we can win. Like UCLA, I'm like, bro, run the ball. These guys are standing up. I know that Latu and all these guys are elite pass rushers. Put Savion Wilkerson in, running up the middle. Like, please, you cannot have Shedeur back there getting whacked with these first round pass rushers coming at them. Like, I don't know. It was just a mess. Like, I have no answer because I have no answer because I'm not a coach, so I have no answer for that one.
I got you. So, all right, I'll let Dave go last. I'll go, then I'll go let Alpha speak on that because I think me and Alpha talked about this before. Listen, guys, this stuff is not difficult. Listen. If your 5 can't block, you put 6 in. If your 6 can't block, you put 7 in. If your 7 can't block, you put 8 in. Guys, that is the solution to the problem. And I keep saying this, guys, Baltimore Ravens lost their starting offensive tackle, guys. They put Patrick Ricard in. He's the big dude that just you know what I'm saying, he's a fullback that he was once a defensive lineman, he's converted fullback. Patrick Ricard, guys. Go look it up. Just watch the game. What they do is they put him out there on the edge to help the tackles block, guys. This is football 101. This is elementary. You see what I'm saying? And because of the lack of doing this is why a lot of people develop particular type of opinions, because understand, Coach Prime said it himself. Instead of putting out another blocker, he would prefer to have somebody else, a wide receiver who can catch the ball. So this ain't because they don't know what they're doing. This is intentional. That's the answer to the question. If you can't block them, you add another body to block, because you can't throw the ball, as we have seen. This ain't me making this up. I guess this is why it frustrates me so, because we talk about this as if they're doing the right thing and it's still failing. You know, I am exhausted with people crying about the offensive. You can't, as a coach, because people don't understand this either. For some reason, all coach means is educator. That's all that means. That's it. Coach means educator. Coach means instructor. Coach means sensei. That's what coach means. Now, if you understand this, your job as a teacher is to make sure that your students can be successful. Your job as a coach parallels. Put your players in position to be successful. You chose to not do what is required for that team to be successful. You can't cry about Savion Wilkerson. You knew Savion Wilkerson couldn't block nobody from game one. You can't cry about, you can't cry about Tank. Tank ain't blocked nobody since game 3. What you have to do is make adjustments and fix the problem. They didn't do that. That's the answer, in my opinion, to Coach Elliott's question. Go ahead, Alpha.
What's up, guys? Good evening. What's going on with you, Dave? How you doing, brother?
Good to see you, man.
Hey, so I agree. I definitely agree with Raw. But I said, so let's just say they don't do that. I'm disappointed in the creativity in the offense. Meaning,
yes,
when you want to slow down a pass rusher, you run screens. When you want to slow down a pass rusher, you run draws. There's things you can do even if you run that offense. It doesn't have to be an RPO. Even if you don't want to bring an extra lineman in or a tight end in, out of that offense, there are things that make the defense at least slow down so they don't tee off. Another thing I'm bothered by, and I understand everybody's killing the O-line, and it is what it is. Shedeur does not help them. So when it comes to Division I pro caliber defensive ends and D linemen, they trying to get to an aiming point. Shedeur's already in shotgun, and what bothers me, and nobody's ever talked about it, he takes 5-step drops from shotgun. You can't do that. That O-lineman cannot block that guy. It's too much space. There's a pocket in there that Shedeur constantly, what do they call it? They call it disrespecting the pocket. He constantly disrespects the pocket. If you drop back too far, I promise you, I played outside linebacker. I could play DN, rush linebacker. I'm getting to you. If you drop back too damn far, I promise you ain't gonna block me. There's nothing you can do. I can come up the field, I can come down the field, and I'm not just talking about him holding the ball. Now, keep in mind, there were times that the O-lineman absolutely sucked. I got that. There were times that they sucked. But I promise you, and you guys might disagree with me, 60 to 75% of the time, it was either Shedeur disrespecting the pocket, Shedeur holding the ball too long, or Shedeur just not going. Just go. Just go. You don't have to run like Michael Vick to put pressure on the defensive line. Sometimes you just need to just go. When they go 2-man, you see it all the time. Shedeur is way faster than a lot of quarterbacks in the pro. So I'm gonna do this last point, and I'm gonna get off because I know a lot of people want to get in. If you guys look at a pro game, an NFL game, look at how fast they get rid of that ball. The pros don't get as much time as you expecting these O linemen to block for. If you look at when they get on their back foot, if that ball ain't gone when they hit their back foot, they know they about to get hit in a few seconds. So this is the point that people have to understand. Sometimes it's not about getting a deep drop and just running. Sometimes you just move to the side just a little bit, but you stay in the pocket. Or you move to the right just a little bit, but you stay in the pocket with your head up and throw the ball. He doesn't do that. I mean, he just doesn't do that. I like the kid's arm. I think he can be a good professional quarterback, but he's incomplete right now. And y'all not understanding all of that hurts, especially when you only having 5 linemen. If you create aiming points for the defensive ends and the defensive line to race up the field, you got a major problem. You ain't blocking nobody doing a 5-step drop from shotgun. You can't block them. It's impossible. So what's your thoughts on that, Dave?
I'm right there with you. Yeah, I think that there has been some times. I was talking about this with Rawhide, must have been on Saturday, with like some of the hits that Shedeur took this Friday night. It's like, man, like I know you want to hold on to the ball and make that play downfield, but it is game 10 now. You should know, like when that clock in your head hits, second and a half, 2 seconds, you have to get rid of the ball. So yeah, I would not say, and I think the offensive line has been blamed for this probably like 90 to 100% of the time on why he's taking hits. But I think again, there's a disconnect with how we're playing. Like you're saying, like the dropbacks is interesting, but you're right, because someone brought up in the comments, sometimes Shedeur, man, when he gets sacked at 2nd and 25, this is huge stuff. But yeah, we haven't done the things like bring in the extra O lineman, or we haven't helped them. I don't think we did ourselves any favor with not really trying to establish the run during the non-conference play, and really making that part of our identity really hurt us into conference play. But even doing some things like running out of pistol, running out of under center, you allow that running back to get that momentum
downhill. Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like we didn't do anything, man. We didn't do anything to help them,
Right. So I'm gonna get off. Ron.
No, you ain't got to go nowhere. I ain't got but 15 minutes, man. I'm like, hey guys, I'm gonna kill this at 7:15 Central Standard Time. I watch football and I like NFL. So there you go. Hey, Lock it. Go ahead. What you got? I mean, Lock it or Tisha. Whichever.
I just wanted to say, look, I think Shedeur is a top 5 quarterback. I think that we all can agree his pocket presence is not the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
He does need to this offseason, bro. Everybody, we all know that the O-line has problems and that, but he has to work up. He has to work on moving up in the pocket. I mean, some of the sacks that he takes, it is on him. It really is. Holding the ball too long, and Coach Prime goes on the pressers, and these guys ran the wrong route. It doesn't matter. He has to work on throwing that ball away.
Yep.
No matter who ran the wrong route, he has to work on moving up in the pocket, scrambling, whatever it is. Like I said, I think he's a top 5 quarterback. I think he's great. I really do. But I agree with what bro was just saying right there. Like he has to work on that.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah. Manning, Brady, like these all-time great quarterbacks. I mean, they've played with average, below average lines before, and they make them look better by making sure they're getting rid of the ball early.
Yeah,
now, did Sean Lewis help him at all with calling all these long developing pass plays? Again, there was just so much of a disconnect versus what they were calling to do versus like what was actually happening on the field. And I think that's why we're on here talking about it, man. Because
even a simple motion from across the field to the other side, it makes the D lineman think for a second, like, is he motioning down to crack me, or is he motioning to go across? We just line up, and I don't want to use the word like a video game, but it's pretty much you line up in 4 wides, 5 wides, 1 back, and we're going to throw the ball. 4 wides, 5 wides, 1 back, we're going to throw the ball. There's no like motion out the backfield. Why don't you go trips to this side with a tight end, motion the running back out and see how they guard it? If that running back's one-on-one with a linebacker, maybe your running back, which you do have a Dylan Edwards, I'm pretty sure he can get open on the linebacker if you motion him out the backfield. But there's nothing creative. There's nothing in the sad part about it. They have a ton of NFL coaches. That's what makes the thing that makes the NFL so unique is people think the playbooks are complex. They're not. They do a great job of finding the matchups. That's what they do. If I have Dylan Edwards, I'm going to figure out how do I get him on your linebacker, and you're going to have to figure out a totally different defense. You ain't going to sit up here and tee off on me because I'm going to get that linebacker one-on-one with Dylan Edwards. But they don't do that.
No, not you're absolutely right.
Sorry. Go ahead, Dave. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, like, you've seen it used against us, like with Arizona. Like, they ran towards the weak side of our run defense all game long. They ran right out Trevor Woods all game long. You saw Washington State come out here and target Cormani McClain in the run game all day
and
long.
Crack the safety and crack Shiloh and make sure they block Shiloh.
Yeah, but you don't even see us game plan towards the defense, man. You can never pick up on, like, man, I feel like they're really targeting and trying to take advantage of this part of the defense or these guys. Again, it has felt so vanilla and the same week after week. I was really hoping that we would have seen a change against UCLA because of the bye week, and I think that's just when I lost all hope and patience. Was when you come out with the same stuff with 2 weeks off.
Hey, let me jump in here real quick. I'm gonna allow Tisha to handle this off top. First off, I want to say kudos to Bishop Frank with an 888 Bishop super chat. You know what I'm saying? Remember, one has to go through the fire, test your year, their overflow, testimony. Big salute, fam. Hey, I love you. Hey, love you, Bishop. You know what I'm saying? You've been a supporter from day one. And I'm gonna allow Tisha, if you don't mind, I'm gonna highlight. Oh my God, did I lose it? No, for Tony with the I. She said, Rawhide Dave, I have a question. I was just thinking, do you think both of those coaches combined talent may have created conflict interest between them with all those years? Now, Tisha, say what you want to say. If you don't mind, could you also give your opinion on that?
Oh, okay, because I was about to say kind of the same thing. Just watching this year. So we have a lot of coaches. Everybody's on this line is fans. We just, you watch football, right? There's no way they don't know this.
Right. Right.
So is it that, they're less aggressive? Is it that they're not both like, is Coach Flea not voicing his opinion about making sure his running back room gets playing time? Like, I don't know if the Amazon documentary is gonna expose this. I don't know if the Sean Lewis firing is gonna expose this, but something just is weird about this coaching staff, the conflict in between. Defense looks a lot better cohesively, but the offense is it's weird and it doesn't make sense. And I think that's kind of part of her question too, is that, with Bill Boyle, Sean Lewis, like, did they have the experience? Were they the people you needed?
I got you. Okay, I got you. Dave, I'll let you jump on that.
Clearly there's a conflict of interest, right? Clearly, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, obviously I can't talk about it in specifics because I'm not there, but we just broke down again all the issues that we see, and then we don't see them corrected. Again, with Coach Flea, it's like, man, are you not begging these guys to give your running backs the ball every week? Like, I don't know, man. There was something going on. There was something going on with this offense to where it should have never been the unit or the phase that regressed. Made no sense. It made no sense.
You know what? Honestly, Dave, I'm going to be straight up honest, man. I never thought about the fact that Coach Flea should have been more vocal for his position group. That never entered my mind. But you saying it, he could have been. But I also got, oh my God, y'all going to make me sound so bad.
Only Coach Elliott could have a good opinion on that. Take mine with a grain of salt.
Bro, y'all finna make me sound so bad. How do I say it without sounding so bad? I don't care, guys. Look, I don't mean any harm, but maybe the fact of some of those coaches that Coach Prime brought over, i.e., Coach Flea, the amount of reverence they have for Coach Prime, they feel like, oh man, we lost Tanisha. They feel like they shouldn't question his orders. Is that crazy?
Say that again.
The reverence that the coaches Coach Prime brought over for Coach Deion Sanders, they don't want to question what he wants to do. Am I crazy for saying that?
Man, then get the hell out, man. We need some people that are going to be honest. Like, I don't know, man. Maybe that is the case. Maybe they're too scared to tell Prime what to do or whatnot. I don't know.
I think that's what it is, bro. I think some of these people are scared to step up to him.
I don't know, man.
We need some dogs in the coaching staff then.
We need some real dogs who not afraid to bump heads with Coach Prime, and who not afraid to, hey, this how I feel, and this what need to go on.
That's why I believe that him and Chip Kelly wouldn't get along. I hear a lot, throwing that out there. I just
then
can't
maybe
see.
we do need to bring Chip Kelly in, man, if he's fired.
Two-
maybe we
two
need somebody.
alpha males. Him and Chip Kelly like two alpha males.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. But anyway, guys, I think this is a perfect stopping point. I was gonna go for 6 more minutes, but Dave, I've had you on for too long. Dave been raw and uncut today. He has been on one. If y'all go back watch that Big Dog Chico with Dave. You know what I'm saying? Jay, you had an earlier show too, also, did you not?
Yeah, just talking about the same bullshit. So y'all go check it out if you're bored.
There you go. And Dave, let them know what you got coming up.
Man, well, I think I'll have my story time with Colin tomorrow or Wednesday. Rawhide, I guess I got to invite you, man, to my virtual birthday party on Wednesday. Probably going to get a few other content creators on here, just talking buffs, man, talking about how much fun we've had doing this whole thing all year. So y'all be sure to tune in for that. And again, Rawhide, man, I'm so happy that you reached 1,000 subscribers, man. What a huge deal. What a huge deal. So I'm really happy for you.
But hey, I would say this, Dave. Don't invite me if it's gonna run some of your other creators off. I'm okay. I'm okay. I know
That's okay. I'm only inviting the ones that like you. So not everybody's getting an invitation to this thing, man. We're just gonna chop it up, man. I can't chop it up with everybody I have on the show. I love everybody I have on the show, but trust me, man. I'm gonna make sure it's a good fit.
I got you. Hey, Miss Pleasant Plump, I ain't give you no shout out. Hey, thanks for coming over. Hey, appreciate you. I be seeing Miss Pleasant Plump on some other stuff. I be quiet when I be seeing you on some other stuff because I know my little flavor ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I feel you. So, hey, Lockie, what you got to say and end this out, bro?
Good talking to you guys, man. That's all I got to say, man. It's just we're gonna get it together. Everything gonna be all right, man.
I feel you.
Still
Well, guys,
man.
There you go.
All
Well,
right,
guys,
you
we're
guys.
gonna shut it down right here. Appreciate it, Tony with an eye. And remember, guys, hey, I don't present the information. I'm just trying to have a conversation. It's your boy Rawhide and Scope Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.
We out.